Hello and welcome back to the visual version of the ReUp. My name is Jason Delgado. This is the Orsini Studios, and we're back. Hopefully recording somewhat okay. The mic's still a little ganky, but here we are. Let's get into it. Yeah, today's going to be kind of a no-topic thing. I'm not really sure. I'm just so happy that we got something going, that we got a little visual and a little audio. Last week I talked about the, and by the way, welcome back to the ReUp. If you don't know, this is a little video vlog podcast thingy where I kind of talk about my, becoming a stand-up comedian, going from the amateur to the professional, from the day job to the dream job, the trials and tribulations therein. So welcome. There's no real topic. Gonna kind of rant a little bit. I thought maybe we'd get into a little bit of something in regards to the putting together of my 5 or 7 minute set that I did at the Comedy Store. In the thinking about it, I thought, it's kind of cool to maybe break down. I like the ones, the re-ups where we break down jokes and stuff like that. Like, the one where I did about the earthquake joke and the roast. So I thought it'd be nice to maybe break down the set. I don't have any recording of the 7 minute set that I did, but one of the things that I did do was, I was going through the set and trying to find, where I can kind of really tighten up and add jokes. I spoke about last time how I had a 15-minute set at a bar, and it really taught me a lot about, where the fat was in my sets, and rather in my jokes, and kind of trying to trim that down and get it to a place where I felt the jokes were really just tight, sing, tight. So one of the jokes you might have seen on a set that I posted online or somewhere is I do a joke where I open up, "Hi, my name's Jason Delgado. I'm originally from New York. I'm Puerto Rican. You might have heard about us in the news." And then I say like, "All good," or something like that. I bet you it's only good. Just to kind of, because we're always in the news for, earthquakes and typhoons and sorry about the engine noise. We're doing our best out here. But, always this bad stuff. But I thought when you're not in the news anymore, that joke's dead. You know what I mean? So I kind of was like, where can... I like the rhythm. I'm originally from New York. I'm Puerto Rican. And then I'd like a zing. So in the thinking about it, I was like, well, that's kind of redundant. I was like, oh, Puerto Ricans are only from Puerto Rico or the Bronx. And I thought, well, that's kind of funny. So I did that. I said, "Hi, I'm originally from New York. I am Puerto Rican." That's redundant. No Puerto Ricans from Nebraska. Only from the island or the Bronx. And I liked the way the joke sang. It got a response. And it's a joke that can last. Because it's always redundant. We're always I was in 2020, we're everywhere. But yeah, just the idea that I thought, like, there's a joke that now I can compress. And then I go into some other jokes, which are kind of old favorites or whatever. Excuse me. But then I had a joke a while back about customer service. I used to work customer service, storefront, front line, where you deal with customers, returning their products and stuff like that. And I used to do a joke about how my mom would return her products and complain. And it would just be like, brr, 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 like just noise act outs. And I thought, we can combine those two. We can make my experience dealing with a customer the act out. Where it's not my mother yelling, it's the customer yelling at me. And how, you can't ask them if they want their money back or they want a gift receipt, like they're out for blood, and kind of play that. And so I took a joke that I had about my mother, which isn't true. Not that necessarily my mother can complain, but I haven't seen like a crazy act out like that on her behalf. It was just to kind of get the act out. But then it goes to show you, if the closer the joke is the truth, the funnier it is. And so that's what I did. I just took what my pretending of her act out was, and I put it to a customer who actually would act out like that. And my experience with that customer and how, they would, and the sound and the sort of the goof of how they're not even making words. It's just, it's just energy that they're throwing out. That plays really well with the audience, because everybody knows everybody likes to complain, right? But it adds something to their experience, because they don't need to know my mother. They just need to have been in front of somebody who's complaining in a store, and that's almost everybody. So, and it's more true. So it's the tightening of a joke and taking that. So I did that joke. And then I did, a joke about an old sleepover about my brother, which I'm sure people have seen online if you are followers. Like and subscribe. But then, and then I ended with my old staple lesbian joke. And what I liked about it was I had a complaint joke, and then I was like, I don't want to end with complaining. I want to end on something positive. Let's end with love. And then I said, I had a friend who recently came out to me as lesbian, and everybody goes, what? Because they're like, everything was going so well, man, and now you're gonna make me uncomfortable. But the joke is a comfortable joke. It is a pro, LBGTQ. I believe that's all right. LBGTQ. Yes, it is pro. Whoever you want to love. And it is a true story, so it's kind of it's closer to reality than joke, and I like that that there's an element to like being in a role with a set, and then having that set get to a joke where people go, oh, I don't know. And I think that's fun if you can wrap them back. If you don't, boo. But if you do, it works, right? And so in this case, it worked out. And so like I like that. I like that there's a nice flow where people are comfortable and then it brings them back. And again, it's just the tightening, just taking things that were elements of other jokes and bringing them into this joke. And I'm still working on a joke that I still see the light for. And I still want to get going, and that's this week's project, is to tighten that up, to get that joke working so I can use that for the next set. And I was recently confirmed to be booked again on November 2nd at the Comedy Store, Saturday night. Let's go. Very great news. So that's exciting. And then I got a bunch of stuff. I'll put a little flyer poster whammy up on the screen here to let everybody know where I'll be playing next. Very exciting stuff. And that's really about it that I have going on this week. I do have a very, very funny... I'll talk a little bit about this, actually, which I thought was funny. I think as a comedian, one of the things that's been really helping me as far as, trying to get out there is advertising. But, my Instagram account, if you don't follow me, I'm Jason Delgado. Literally, but there's a whole sort of... it's a whole avenue that you're not aware of, because what I will do is I'll make up a little ad. Like, for example, I'll show some on the screen. I had this dance comedy show coming up that somebody booked me for, which is very fun and exciting, but I thought, like, I'll do these little posters of me on dancers, like my head on a dancer's body, to promote this thing. And it's been getting great response. And, you hashtag it with something like comedy or stand-up comedy, and then it gets out in the ether. I have people following me now because of it that are new, and I just thought, this is one of the things that really, I feel. And then, like, I remember, being at the Comedy Store, and the producer's like, yeah, I've been seeing you on the Instagram. You're killing it. And I was like, I'm just posting a lot of pictures of me and dates. But it's true, if you post, I'm lucky and fortunate enough to be booked on a lot of shows, so that's pretty cool. But I know people who are booked on a lot of shows and they don't post a lot of stuff about the shows they're booked on. And maybe to a fault, but I'm always about posting, and I feel like that's going to be my new thing. Like, I have a Halloween show coming up, so I'm going to do my head on, like, Freddy Krueger posters or, Friday the 13th posters. I think that the theme of getting something where, the advertising for the show is fun, so maybe it brings in an element of people to the show to have fun with you. And so that's been something that I've been working on, just trying to get the jokes tighter, the ads funnier, and myself out there more. Getting a chance to play at the Comedy Store again is huge, so I'm hoping to ride on that. And I want to get to the Improv, I want to get to Laugh Factory, some of these other places. So we got to try, we got to do these things. I want to do maybe a little movie, get the movie thing going. All these things, so many projects, but... nothing's real, so I don't like to talk about it for real yet, but I will say that the other things are real. I am booked for several dates. I would love to see if anybody does follow or watch these to come to the Halloween show, or the dance party show. Dance party show's tomorrow, and then the Halloween show is Halloween, and then November 2nd, the Comedy Store, and then I have Saturday the 26th at Flappers. You saw the dates. This is getting redundant. I'm babbling because there's really nothing left to talk about except how happy I am to be back, and I'm hoping this recorded okay. Thank you for joining me once again. My name is Jason Delgado. This has been the ReUp. It's always fun to do these, and hopefully we will have some more fun and interesting stories on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this, and we will talk more